Alright, let's see how long it takes for people to come in. So, I have a feeling Mango's already here, just in the background. Not even gonna question it. That's set up. I'll just wait here a moment. If you're watching the VOD and you are here specifically for the lecture, I suggest skipping ahead. I don't know exactly to what timestamp, but just skip ahead until I start, the lecture and stuff. Or if you're interested in the chat interaction and you're watching the VOD, just skip ahead a little bit and we should have somebody in here soon. It's gonna be a few minutes of just waiting. Because here's the thing, if I'm doing a lecture and absolutely no one shows up, no point in doing the lecture. Yeah, somebody can probably watch it in the VOD, but at that point I might as well just make it a video, not necessarily live. Because the point of me doing it live is just so I can do it to people live, like an actual lecture. But in a video is like, but if no one shows up, there's no point in doing it live. Might as well just make it a video. Anyways. So if you're in the VOD right now watching this, just skip ahead if you're here for the lecture. If you're here for the lecture, just skip ahead. Because it might take a little bit. Am I late or just started? We just started right now. You're actually the first. I think you might be the first person here, and if not, you're the first person to talk. Hi, Dark. By the way. Oh, I just thought about it. I gotta change the thing that says game. Actually, I think I have it. I still have it. Switched over. fall asleep. The last meet, you were here. You were here for the last lecture. It was RPC 455 or something like that. Or was it 433? It was Raul the Golem. That was the last one we did. You were here for that. The last stream. Oh. So yesterday's stream. Talking Tuesday. That's fine. It didn't go on for too long anyways. I thought you were here. I was so sure that you were here. Yesterday's meeting? What do you mean meeting? Didn't have a meeting yesterday. All I did was Talking Tuesday. Well, that was weird. Okay. The audio kind of just went weird. Give a horse a bow tie. I did. I gave him a nice little bow. Now it's a pretty horse. We're gonna wait a moment here, Dark, so I want at least one more person to come in before we start this lecture. Hopefully somebody does. Let's see how this goes for today. Today's lecture is on SCP-3502, and it's only gonna be on SCP-3502. So, just to be clear, unlike our RPC, what? You might give her for what? For I can't read that whole thing. 1 month, yeah, over a month. What are you talking about? It's been well over a month now. Because we met on Halloween. Like a month and a half by now, I would say. Almost about 1 month and a half. Because it's the 13th for me still, 15th in a couple days for me. So pretty much a month and a half, almost 2. We're getting there. Oh geez, Christmas! Christmas is just next. Not next week. It's in 2 weeks already. It's crazy. Can't believe it. It's arriving so fast. It's going by so fast. I don't like it. Not even a little bit. I don't. I understand now. I think right now is about the time where I understand why people celebrate. Same 13 for me. Oh, okay, cool. This is like around these times is when I understand why people celebrate Christmas before December even starts. Like they did celebrate it right after Halloween. They start celebrating it then, so that way it lasts longer. I get that, but I like celebrating Thanksgiving too. There's just not enough time. There is not enough time to celebrate Halloween, then Thanksgiving, then Christmas. It's just hard. So people like to extend it. September starts the October month, and November starts the December month. It's just too bad that it skips out Thanksgiving. I mean, granted, not everyone celebrates it, but still. I like celebrating Thanksgiving. What are you getting? My son? What son? I don't have a son. Juan? Oh, you're talking about Juan. I can get him something. I don't know. I'm not sure what to get him. I'm not sure. What should I get Juan? That's a good question. Very good question. I'll see what I do. It's a good question though. I hope someone else does show up. At least someone like LS or Shaman. That'd be good enough. Or Heartburn works too. Mango, are you here? No, just me. I get that. And I can look at the list too, and it usually does say if he's here or not. But it doesn't say he's here, so more than likely it's just you, Dark. Just looking at my messages. Ignore the train if you can hear it. There's a train passing by. I'm not sure if you can hear it. No one joins. Are you on stream? Probably not, cause you're here. So as long as somebody's here, and I'm not just talking to myself. Like I was mentioning, I was saying before you came in, that there's no point in me doing a lecture if nobody's here. But it makes more sense if somebody is here, which you're here, so that works. I'll start in a little bit. As long as somebody shows up. That's all that matters to me. Now, if it's a Talking Tuesday, that's a different story. At least 2 people for a Talking Tuesday, but for a lecture, at least 1 person. Any other stream doesn't really matter. I like interacting with chat. That's mostly the reason why I like waiting. I like having people here because I like interacting with chat, especially when it's like a whole packed lobby of chat. That's why I'm hoping sometime soon I start taking off, because I want to start entertaining. I want to start talking to more people. And once we start gaining large influxes of people, I'll probably need more mods. Because I know Heartburn doesn't really show up that much anymore, and I mean, yeah, I get that it sucks, kinda. For me, mostly because, and I'm sure it sucks for him too. Someone join? Who joined? It says no one for me, it just says you and me. So would you be considered? If I'm being honest, probably not, because I have an age limit for being a mod, just like there's an age limit to join the Discord. So yeah. One person that would be considered though is Shaman. So like, who else wouldn't be considered? There was, who was that other person who came by the other day? There was someone else who came by the other day. They said they were like 7 or 8. They wouldn't be considered either. They wouldn't. They're not eligible to be one. Who else? Exactly. That's also the reason why. So, thank you for at least admitting that. Oh, but I don't know if, did I say it already? I'm not even sure if I did. Today's lecture is going to be on 3502 and no other SCP. In the last lecture, we did like 3 different anomalies. This time, it's just going to be 1. Even if we have more time, it's just going to be 1. So once the lecture's over, that's the stream. This is last time I didn't want to do that because I felt it was too short. Too much of a build up just for a few minutes of lecturing. Okay, let's see. Alright, let me just answer this quick message real quick on my phone, and then we can get started after that because it's been long enough. Oh, I feel bad for those watching the VOD. I told them to skip ahead if they're here for the lecture. They're gonna be skipping a lot of stuff. A lot of time, I mean. Do you just read stuff off the SCP wiki? Yeah, I guessed off the SCP and RPC wiki, and I just put it into a slide, rather than just going in slides. I mean, rather than just going off the main article. I feel like it's better. It's more organized, in a way. Because knowing the way I do things, not that organized, but it's a little more organized than the wiki, than a normal article. It's also split up to understand the SCP a little more, the anomaly in general, a bit more. Now you don't have to read giant walls of text, like giant paragraphs that people put in their articles. That's not every time, but it happens a lot. It happens a good amount. It's not very pleasant to read. Like, I have my brother help with these. I'm thankful for that, because I think I lose track more when I'm working alone. Sometimes I'm focused. The fact that you can do a wait, what? Oh, what? A back what? Backflip with your model? I can't do a backflip. Okay, let's get started, because I'm just gonna be wasting time here. Let me get the chat set up on my phone, which is where I check chat anyway, so it doesn't matter. I get an actual system, but oh well. Let me get it set up here. Oh, I clicked the link on accident apparently. Somebody else's link. Okay, I guess I'll just... What? Oh. Guess I'll just go to my channel just to get it. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that with the model. Anyways, let's go over to the main screen. All right, here we are. I gotta set up the lecture thing now. Hold on, give me a moment. SCP. I forgot to do this beforehand. I forgot I had to do this. Oh, let me get one out of the way. It's gonna be over here to my side. It's gonna be my assistant. Alright, anyways, let's get on to the lecture. There it is. Ta-da! Okay. Here we go. Let's cut the music for now. We'll bring it back after the lecture. Okay. This is it. Today we're going to be talking about and discussing SCP-3502, also known as the Kangaroo sign. This is indeed the SCP Foundation. This anomaly is object class Euclid, which does not, and again, object classes do not indicate danger levels, but they do indicate containment classes. It is pretty unpredictable in containment in some specific ways. I forgot to double check the containment procedures, so let's just move on to the first one. We got our containment procedures here. We do have to keep a constant eye on SCP-3502. Monitor for any manifestations and wipe victims' memories of any event of 3502. Never won. Hold on, give me more. Oh no, I gotta sneeze. Come on. Ah, no! Let me sneeze. I couldn't sneeze. Oh, I hate that feeling. Anyways, back to this. We have to monitor manifestations of SCP-5302 just in case. Anybody who goes through this who is not a D class, who is a normal civilian, has to be amnesticized in the event that this occurs again on a innocent civilian. We also have to make sure that we censor anything that shows up online involving SCP-3502. Like if this was to happen to anybody off our watch, like if we don't know it happens and somebody talks about it, we got to make sure it's suppressed as quick and as efficient as possible. So we got to basically censor people. How nice. Original location which is a place called a redacted town in Queensland, Australia. This location is entirely kept within a Foundation front company. So we got to keep an eye and make sure, that the area is secure and kept away from the public. Okay, let's see. Intruders' memories must be wiped if they are attempting to enter the facility that we keep SCP-5302 inside of. So yeah, that's the containment procedures. So if you're ever tasked with SCP-3502, you know what to do. Always good to check the procedures anyways, because I simplify it. I make it nice and easy to understand, just not in too much detail. So it's probably best to read it anyways. What is it and what does it look like? Well, it's pretty simple. What does it look like? It's simply it affects kangaroo crossing signs, like the one in the picture here. This is one of ours. They can't keep it away from me. I have no clue what we're talking about. Hey Q, you look at that. You're late to the lecture. Today we're talking about SCP-5302, also known as the kangaroo signs. You missed the containment procedures. I'm not going to go over it. I'm not going to go over it again. You can read it. You can watch it back if you really want to. Which you probably don't. But right now we're talking about what it is and what it looks like. SCP-5302 is an anomalous event that occurs often in a small town in Queensland, Australia. Had to be Australia. But your mom is late. No, your mom is late. Anyways, this affects kangaroo signs in the area. And I wasn't sure if I read this correctly, but I thought I did read it correctly, that it affects signs. It can't affect signs outside of it. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to read it over again, but I read over it again a second time, or I didn't read over it. I was listening over it, and I didn't really get that. So we're gonna go with just signs within Queensland, Australia. So yeah, mostly it's just crossing signs for kangaroos. Oh yes. Now I get it. This looks like a big wall of text. I'm gonna read through it. You don't have to read any of this. Just simply listen. Try to understand. I'm talking to you, Q. What does it do? SCP-5302. The anomalous effects are more aggressive during the winter time. Oh wait, I forgot to switch that around. Whoops, that's my bad. Okay, any individual, and for some reason the article specifies a human individual driving a car. Don't know what they meant by that. I mean, who else is gonna drive it? The dog, a monkey? I don't know what's gonna drive. Why would a dog drive? Anyways, a human individual who is driving past an affected sign by SCP-3502 without decreasing their speed will instantly lose consciousness about 30 seconds to about a minute after passing the sign. Typically, after our examinations of the person affected by the sign, we've noticed that the type of trauma, the type of consciousness, or the type of effects that they are affected with, similar. They perform. I'm trying to not stumble over my words here. The person affected often has symptoms of blunt force trauma. That's why they lose consciousness. We don't know how they obtain this weird trauma, but they do. After this happens, instances of a large group of SCP-3502-1 instances, which resemble exactly the eastern gray kangaroos. They will come out of nowhere and they will hijack that vehicle that the person was driving. They will forcibly take the people out, the driver and anybody else who is driving, who is with them. They will force them out. Yes, they got fucked up by a roof. Basically, that's what I'm saying. They get punched and thrown out GTA style. Welcome to GTA Australia. And they get thrown out, and the kangaroos take the vehicle and they literally drive it far distances. The furthest we've seen them take it is 45 kilometers, and since y'all are American, that's 28 miles. Pretty far. These effects, these anomalous effects, are more aggressive for whatever reason during the winter time, and they activate monthly between the 3rd and the 15th of the month. So, yeah, it's a pretty long time, but pretty specific, something. Don't even speak of GTA. Imagine getting carjacked by a kangaroo. But anyways, multiple kangaroos. Not only are they just regular kangaroos, but they also possess high intelligence. We'll get to that in a bit. They will need, if they're unable to move the vehicle for whatever reason, like if they're unable to drive it, they will not take it. They will instead damage it. They will instead severely damage anything that they can, such as shattering windows, tearing up the seats, and even removing tires, among other things that they can do. And we'll get to now we're going to get to why they're going to do that. Here's some extra info on SCP-3502-1 instances and our addendum SCP-3502-1. During a reconnaissance mission, we actually learned that there is a small community of SCP-3502-1 instances. I'll just say kangaroos. There's a small community of these anomalous kangaroos just about a few miles away from an affected sign. And they live like normal lives. They have a small community furnished with vehicles of and other items that we, the Foundation, have used in previous experiments involving 3502. Yes, they can destroy a Honda Civic. They can indeed destroy a Honda Civic. They can shatter that shit up, steal it, do whatever they want with it. This is like Australia's version of Detroit. Okay, give me a moment. I am speaking with somebody, so just give me a moment. This is like during a class when somebody walks in and we just like they start talking with them, but there's no actual talking in this case. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get back to this. Alright, anyways, there's a small community of these anomalous kangaroos, and I'm just getting chat back here. False. Incorrect, Q. Incorrect. This is an SCP we're talking about. These kangaroos are fucking ripped. They can tear apart and destroy anything they want with that car as long as they can get their hands on it, basically. I lost my train of thought here. I'm trying to read this here real quick. Okay. Yeah, they've used different... the actual community and these like living grounds of these kangaroos. No, it is correct. Q. Don't talk back to your superior, okay? Multiple rain shelters have also. We've also noticed that they've been able to construct rain shelter. is an anomaly. Whatever, Q. Okay, sit down. Okay. The living ground. They've been able to construct rain shelters using stolen damaged vehicles, as well as stolen vehicle parts, as well as loose sheet metal that they've been able to find during their little ransack visits that they've done, and they've also been able to use stolen damaged vehicles, as well as that's a different thing, my bad. They've also been able to use different stolen damaged vehicles as planters for vegetation, I'm assuming for their own food. Didn't count as J1. Shut the fuck up. As a bro, shut the fuck. Young SCP-3502-1 instances have also been seen within this community, sleeping in small little berths made of cushions and tires that they've obviously taken from other vehicles. For some reason, we're trying to find a way to communicate with these kangaroos. I mean, I guess it makes sense. We're trying to make peace with kangaroos. I mean, I don't blame them. I don't blame our Australian branch trying to communicate with them, seeing as Australia lost to a bunch of fucking birds in the Emu War. I think they want to, be on the good side of the animals this time and not go to war with another group of animals, because they don't want to do that again. So I don't blame them. But what the Foundation is trying to bring in is Foundation efforts to attempt communicating with SCP-3502-1 instances are currently in the works. They're not entirely there, but we're still working on it. So yeah, there's that. That lecture completes. Okay, I almost said that completes. No, we're not done yet. Any questions about SCP-3502 or its sub-designation 3502-1? Any questions? I'll wait a moment because I know there's a delay. What do we got here? What if we put the Roos against the Barneys? Well, they're two different universes. But if we were to put SCP-3502-1 up against RPC, I already forgot the number. But if we put them up against the Barney, the bootleg Barney anomalies, that's a good fight, but the Barneys would take it on that one, because the Barneys are mostly indestructible, I think, from what I remember. As for the Kangaroos, we haven't had any attempts to harm. We haven't had any attempts, nor have we wanted to attempt harming SCP-3502-1. The only reason we would ever harm an anomaly is for our own protection and for the protection of innocent civilians. So, we haven't really had any need to do so. So, yeah. SCP-3502-1 instances have mostly attacked D-Class personnel, so no, we don't really. The Foundation doesn't really care for D-Class, to be honest. So, it's like, oh, that D-Class is getting his ass whooped by like 7 kangaroos. Should we help? No. Let them cook, said the O5 Council. The O5 Council. Truly an interesting group. I almost said community for some reason. Interesting group of people. Anomaly things. Any other questions involving this anomaly? Can the fucking Roo beat a Holden? Wait, what? A Holden? You have to explain that to me, young man. Explain yourself. What the frick is a Holden? No, I don't think I will. Google is free. Okay, you're being a smartass. All right, we're just gonna say we're done here. All right, this concludes our nice little lecture about SCP-3502, the Kangaroo sign. Thank you for stopping by. Our next lecture will be next week, or I should say this coming Monday will be our next lecture. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna have an SCP and an RPC, both on a voting poll on our YouTube community post. You get to choose which of the two you want to learn about. I don't know what. Listen here, I don't know what a Holden is, and I'm not about to look it up. And I'm not, and it pisses you off, so that makes it more funny. It'll be about 2 anomalies, SCP or an RPC, and we will see what vote wins first. What vote wins? Which anomaly wins the vote? And we will learn about that one that day. I just hope I don't have to. I hope I'm not gonna have to postpone it again, because I don't like doing that. I don't like postponing any stream for whatever reason. Unless it's for a really good reason. But normally I don't like postponing stuff. But anyways, that's gonna do it for now. Let me bring the music back so it's not so quiet. Let us head over to the room again. Brown. There we go. Since you're so 10 non-informative at all, we'll be sending my computers to the my computers to the 05. What the fuck even is a Holden? It's an automobile company. You're talking about a fucking car. Yes, in that case, it can beat a Holden. Yes, Q, it can beat a Holden. As long as it can get its hands on it, it can beat a Holden. It's an Australian car company. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense why I've never heard of it before. That, and I'm not a car person, so yeah. But yes, it can beat a Holden. Chevy, but it's upside down. Chevy, but down under. Sounds good to me. But yes, it can beat a Holden. They can typically beat any car company. Yes, even a Tesla. Especially a Tesla. You know how weak those things are probably are? Elon be like, I got a very strong car. Kangaroo SCP-3502-1 enters the chat. Allow us to introduce ourselves. Challenge accepted. Absolutely just shatters the windows instantly. You know what, since we have time, we can go, since for those who are currently here, Dark, I'm not even sure if he's here anymore because he hasn't talked in a while. But since people are here, since there is somebody here, at least there is Q, he's the only one here, aside from me. We can go over what two anomalies we want on the list. So first we're gonna pick out the SCP. I'm gonna go to a random series. Let's just go to series 3, the 2000s. I'm gonna go over a nice little list of SCP names and you're gonna tell me which one sounds interesting enough to be on here. Deus Ex... No, I'm not gonna do that one. A Space Oddity, A Dead Future, Preferred Option, Personal Data Assistance of the Gods, Predicting the Past, Too Spooky, Science Fiction, But Blood Must Sometimes Be Spilled, Thomas Hohen? No iPhone, Recomposing Tribesman, I'm just realizing I gotta read like 100 of these. Never mind, I'm not gonna read all those. 2776? Let's see. 2776. Mr. President. Ah, you want Mr. Good old George Washingtoni to be on here. I get it. I don't blame you. Alright. I'll put Washington on the list. Don't worry. But now we're gonna go over the RPCs. See what we got here. There's a whole bunch of them. SCP-2776 is so dumb. Why do you say that? I like 2776. It's not in my favorites list, but it's definitely okay. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's kind of funny. Anyways, we got a long list of anomalies. What does it say? Freedom? I saw that said freedom. Freedom. RPC 617 is freedom or the worlds we make. Pretty short article. There's also RPC 619, Extinct, or the Sunlight Moths of Scotland. Christine-esque? Did you mean to say Christmas? Did you mean to say Christmas-esque? Or Christian? No. Christine? Kristen. What? Don't know what you mean by that. No, I've never seen that movie before. Maybe one day we can do a watch along of that movie. I don't know anything about it. I also just realized, I mean, I already knew this beforehand, but I forgot that SCP-3776, Mr. President, is written by DJ Cactus. He is one of the best article writers on the wiki. Yandere Ghost Card? Never heard of it before. Let's see. Let me look something real quick. Okay, so we're gonna go over. So I've decided that I'm taking Mr. President off of the list. I'm gonna have two different anomalies. One's an SCP, one's an RPC. Both are gonna be Christmas related because Christmas is coming up. The options, on the other hand, will be in the RPC side. We have RPC 926. RPC 926, Amazing Code Christmas Tree, or SCP-4666, Yule Man was robbed. Or we could probably, actually now that I think about it, hold on, give me a moment. Mr. President was robbed. I'll decide later which one I choose. I'm still on the fence. Both are equally as long, but Yule Man, I think that one is a lot longer. I'm not entirely sure. I think they're about the same length. Oh no, President's a lot longer, but I don't have to read all of that. I'll decide later. Regardless, this has concluded our nice little lecture on SCP-3502. It has already been concluded, what am I saying? Yeah, anyways. I think we're set, right? I think we're pretty set. If you want to suggest any SCPs or RPCs, just go ahead, let me know in the Discord server or in comments. Comments works too. Or for when the voting poll goes up, you can choose then as well. You can like put them in that comment section and I can put them for the next voting poll. Alright, but anyways. If you're new, I'm just gonna end it here. If you're new and you did enjoy... Oh wait, hold on. I didn't even get to ask because I was so distracted with the lecture. Hi Q, how are you today? What do you want? What do you mean, what do I want? I'm asking you a question. I know a telemarketer voice when I hear it. I'm just asking you how you are. I'm good. Okay, that's good to hear. Alright, well anyways. If you're new and you did enjoy, please do consider subscribing to be a part of this amazing yet interesting community that we have growing here still. If you don't subscribe, at least consider liking, commenting, and sharing to boost my content as much as possible. But anyways, whether you're watching on the VOD or you're watching right now live, I hope you have a good morning, evening, afternoon, and night. Just overall, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you whenever. See ya. I'll never forget this day. You haven't done that in a long time, Q. The little point emoji. You haven't done that in a while. Anyways, see ya. I'll never forget this day.
Now I feel I'm done, and I'm cursed by every day till my time is gone. I've never felt this way before, and now I know this all for sure. I won't forget your last betray. I'll never forget this day. I'll never forget this day. I'll never forget this day.